I want to talk about Jesus' first disciples. Now, Matthew and Mark say almost exactly the same thing. So I'm going to read Mark's version of the story, but put on the screen Matthew's, and you can see how Matthew has slightly changed Mark's version. So, here we go. As Jesus passed along the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. And Jesus said to them, "Follow me, and I will make you fish for people." And immediately they left their nets and followed him. Well, you can see from that the similarities between Mark's Gospel and Matthew's Gospel. Matthew has simply copied Mark's Gospel and just tweaked it a little bit to make it flow a bit more easily. But Luke has a completely different story. And I'm going to read a little bits to you. It's Luke chapter 5. Once, whilst Jesus was standing beside the lake of Gennesaret. Oh, Gennesaret. That sounds like a different name, different lake, but actually it's a different name for the same lake. And the crowd was pressing in on him to hear the word of God. So there was lots of people around fussing him. He saw two boats there at the shore of the lake. Okay, so the boats weren't out, they weren't casting their nets and fishing, they were already on the beach. And where were the fishermen? The fishermen had gone out of them and were washing their nets. So in this story, they were washing their nets, whilst in Mark and Matthew, they were casting their nets to fish. Okay, so anyway, he got into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, and he asked Simon to push it just a little bit away from the shore, and then he stood in the boat and preached to the people without them crowding in on him, which sounds like a good idea. Okay, so when he had finished preaching, he said to Simon, "Put out into the deep water and let down your nets for a catch." Now Simon was a bit sceptical. He said, "Master, we have worked all night long but have caught nothing. Yet if you say so, I will let down the nets." And of course, when they let down the nets, they caught an enormous amount of fish, so much so that the nets were beginning to break. A lovely story, but very different from Mark and Matthew. So, which is right? Both of them? No. Luke? Matthew and Mark? Neither of them? Tell you, there's lots of funny things in the Bible. What do you think?